Good morning, and how is everyone today? It is Thursday before the great ice storm. Yeah. Um, I don't have any finished items to show you because I don't know where I put the hats I made while I was sitting in the hospital, Thomas. So, I'll show you what I started once we got home. Started the modern granny square. I'm just using up scraps. As one ends, I add something else in. Now, Thomas got home Monday. Um, we had problems with his bag the entire time we were in the hospital. Well, it's because he didn't have the right kind of bag. He needed a convex bag. So the wound care nurse comes in, puts it in this, puts it on and everything, good seal, does the teaching, that kind of stuff, and then we get to go home. Now, on the way home, the seat belt covers right over where the bag was at. And Thomas is wiggling and squiggling and trying to get comfortable, and we get home and he realizes the bag is leaking. So I had to change it. Now, I have not changed colostomy bag probably in 15 years, on anyone. Because when I was in the hospital, I did NICU first, and then I did respiratory infectious disease next. And we rarely had anybody that had a colostomy bag. We sure didn't have anybody that was new with a colostomy bag. So we had no teaching to do. The people were already managing their own bag. They just needed a little assist because they had IVs or whatever. And, so that's a long time ago, right? But I'm like, fresh off. We can get it in. This morning, got it on. Held pretty good until last night. Now, the home health nurse is coming today to do some teaching and change the bag. So, anyway, it's a good thing they send you home with quite a supply while you're waiting for it to come in the mail, of course. And I have to tell you, they sent this baggie of skin prep. I mean, it's like 10, it looks like alcohol wipes, that you get in the store. Little bitty 2x2s. Sent a package of 10 in this box like this. Like, why didn't you just put it in an envelope? Sometimes these medical companies, I'm like, really? Really? But okay. So, in the meantime, we're at home, and I'm trying to do some stuff that I've been working on anyway, trying to clean out this one corner over here on this left side, go through some stuff that we've not gone through in probably 10 years, to get rid of. And while I'm over there, I find this lovely project that apparently I had started at one time, knitting a ripple blanket. And I know that when I started this, that I had all these yarns. I can't find them. So, it looks like I'm going to rip this out because I can't find the pattern either. Why was the pattern not with it? I don't know. I do know that I started this probably in 2016, 2017. So, it's been sitting here that long. And I thought about going to find, the pattern on my computer and just doing scrap yarns, adding to it, not worrying about the color. I was basically going to use those 3 colors. I know what they are. One of these is sage, one is thyme, dark thyme, medium time, honeydew, and I don't remember what the green variegated yarn was. But I'm like, I don't know. Decisions. Have to make those decisions. You know, what to do with it. But basically that's it. We're doing well. I am a little tired because I've been doing a lot of things that didn't expect to have to do. I will tell you, when we got home, had to go pick up prescriptions and some other supplies for him. And of course, when I went to pick up his prescriptions, the man's never had a prescription in his life. So they bring back 2 bags, and I'm like, why 2 bags? Well, this other one was prescribed for you. All right. We get home, and I'm like, why are they giving him an arthritis med? And for 10 days. What's going on there? So we called the surgeon, because the surgeon's the one that wrote the discharge orders, you know, with the Levonox. You got to take that, you know, for 28 days to avoid clots, those kind of things. And we're like, why did you give him Meloxicam? Now, they didn't call that day that I called in. It was late in the afternoon, and I didn't expect him to call again until the morning. And then when the PA called, she said, were you on it before? And I'm talking to her because, you know, Thomas doesn't like to talk to people. He's very anti-people. So I'm talking to the PA, and I'm telling her, well, he doesn't have arthritis. He's never been on any meds for it. Is there something, you know, one of the benefits, you know, that benefits the surgery, post-surgery? Maybe that's why they prescribed it. She went looking, she goes, that was a mistake, don't fill it. I said, it's too late, we've already picked it up. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't worry about it. Our cost was $2 for 10 pills. What do I care? Charging the insurance, you know, the other $12. What do I care? At this point, I don't. But here's the funny thing. I presented Thomas's card to him, to the clerk at CVS. She looks at me and she goes, well, this isn't good till next year. I looked at her and I said, what? He won't get another card until they, you know, do some kind of re-signing with the union, those kind of things, when they make their little deals. Then we'll get a new card. So this is good for till the next time they send a card. Oh. I said, I just wanted to make sure you had it on file. You know, because he's never had prescriptions. She goes, oh yeah, the hospital sent over all the information. I'm like, okay. Like, she didn't think it was going to be good. You know? And I said to her, did you think I was going to shell out $1,000 for the Levonex for 28 days? That wasn't happening. So, it's crazy, I'm telling you. People are nuts these days. So that was kind of interesting, you know, those kind of things. But other than that, we're doing well. He's doing well. He's eating better. His appetite's not as good as what it was before, but we kind of expected that. And I've got to come back to you in just a minute. That was the home health nurse. Oh, she's going to come sometime between 9:30 and 10. So that means I have to go wake up the hubby. Let him know. He's a late sleeper. He's not been sleeping well in the bed, and I'm sure it's uncomfortable. You know, they did get the biopsy back. It is cancer. Thomas didn't ask what stage it was. I had to go out and do some things yesterday, get some more things for him, and, you know, get rid of some things to Goodwill, that kind of stuff. And, of course, they call then. So, And we had an issue with trying to get the oncology appointment with the oncologist because when we called to make the appointment, they told us that he had to get a referral. And I'm like, we've already had a conference telemed appointment with the doctor. He should already be in the system. No. So when the gastroenterologist guy called, he's very blunt, and I like that. I worked with a doctor like that. He's the type of doctor, he says, this is what we're doing. End the story. Do it. So when Thomas said to him about, well, they told us we had to get a referral because he'd asked, do you have an appointment with Dr. Much Nick? And I keep calling him Munchkin. Much Nick. And Thomas told him no, they told us we had to have a referral from the hospital. He goes, oh, I'll take care of this. We're going to get this fixed right away. And of course, we also had an appointment yesterday with the primary care physician in order to get the home health order. And we got a call that morning telling us the PA that was seeing him was sick, so they were going to rearrange the order, that kind of thing. And I said, well, it's home health, that there's, initially to start the visits, those kind of things, discuss that plan of care and, address his blood pressure issue. This is so much fun, people, I'm telling you. She goes, well, is he wheelchair? I said, no. And she said, okay, well, when he gets here, he'll have to come in by himself. You can't come in. I said, that ain't happening. I said, he's fresh out of the hospital with a fresh diagnosis. And we need to be able to have someone there to verify what was said so he can follow up correctly. Well, then we'll have to do telemed. Okay, fine. Well, then we'll get his brother John to see him instead. Okay, fine. Set it up. Well, I'll call you back and let you know if we'll be able to do a telemed. By 1:30, his appointment was at 2. We still had no callback, so I called again to ask. And the one girl goes, oh yeah, it's set up for telemed, not a problem. I said, okay. And she goes, but this is a first time visit. Yeah. Well, then he needs to come in. I said, well, then I'm going to have to come in with him. Well, you can't do that right now. I said, well, you're going to have to make some opposite rules. Well, if he's wheelchair bound, I said, he can be wheelchair bound today. If that's what it takes to get me in there with him. So, yeah, I know COVID is a big thing. But you know what? This is bullshit. With somebody who's just had a full new diagnosis, and they're still running on confusion. Because that happens with the new diagnosis. And I see it with him because when I ask him something, like when he talked with his mother, oh, everything's fine. And then later he'll tell me, did I tell you she said this? No. And so I know that about him. So, yeah, we're fighting a new battle, with being able to go in with him for right now. Once he's a little stronger, I got no problem with him going in by himself. But right now, he gets tired fairly easily. He's lost quite a bit of weight, and he was still pretty dehydrated, and he's just not up to his usual strength. Because for every day that you're in a hospital, it takes a week to recover. So he was in the hospital for what? A week? He's got a while before he's going to get any strength back. And by then they'll be starting the chemo and everything else. So, we're looking at that kind of thing. But, other than that, it's going well. He has a good sense of humor. You know, we're still laughing and joking about things, and we will see the oncologist next week. And basically that's it. That's what we're going through right now. Those of you that have been through this and have reached out to me, I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful for it. And yeah, you can bet I'll be calling on you. It's just right now I don't have time. So anyway, today I'm planning on crocheting, and I have to go do laundry, so I have to go out of the house to do that. That takes a lot out of me these days. So other than that, we're both doing well. Love you guys. I'm going to sit and crochet for a little bit before the nurse gets here. Take my crochet with me to the hospital. To the laundromat. I don't even know where I'm going anymore, folks. All right, everybody. I'll see you again soon. Remember, choose kindness, love one another, and let's all get along. And 2021 has to be a better year. See you soon.